My name is Jens, and I'm living in Oslo, Norway. And you might wonder why we are watching a guy from Oslo today. Well, I'm going to tell you about something that makes me really excited and something that I've been working with for almost 10 years. And it all started with me being an entrepreneur, building a telecom company, and watching the telecom company was sold almost 10 years ago. And back then, I was just married. I had one little kid. I had one more coming. And I started to wonder what to do next. What should be my next project? What should be the next thing that I wanted to work with? And what I did know was that I was seeing the inside of an office a lot, and I did that for many hours every day. I wanted to have more time with my family. I wanted to travel. I wanted to have some flexibility in my life. And at the same time, I wanted to find something that could really be something big, something that I could do for the rest of my life. And of course, with all those parameters, I'm limiting myself. So what I want to show you today is what I found and what I've done over the last years. And also, since we are doing this Wednesday night, late at night, you might wonder why we're talking business 8 o'clock in the evening. And that's because this is something that you can do part-time. This is something that you can build up next to whatever you are doing in your day job, and it could even be your full-time income into the future if that's what you are searching for. So let me jump quickly into my presentation and where I started to search for what is the big thing, what is the global trend, what is the thing that I want to do. And there is something universal about business because as an entrepreneur, I've been in different industries, and there is something universal about that. Okay, to succeed in a business, you need a product that people want to a price that they are willing to pay, and hopefully they never quit using that product. And at the same time, is also something like could it be scalable? Could it be global? Could it be something that could go all over the world? Or are we more talking about a pizza restaurant at the corner, which would not be very scalable? And a lot of people out there wants to be entrepreneurs. They kind of want to create something or maybe build a business. Um, but very few people in the world are really inventing the big thing. But we know the name of a lot of them who have done that. Everybody knows Elon Musk, they know Bill Gates, they know a lot of people that created big things. And that's just a very few people in the world doing that. But then there is a bigger group of people still building big things without being the one inventing the business. And that's the people around those people, the people around Bill Gates, Elon Musk, and you could name like thousands of other people around the big entrepreneur being part of the trend, being part of something that really ending up becoming big. And this is what this business is all about, is being part of something that's going to be really big, already on the way to be, and get a percentage, get your cut of the growth and the business you are building together with us, because the world is changing. My daughter, my oldest one, not the small one, but the oldest one, she's studying economics in London, and 5 years in school, and we have been talking about will a couple of your years just be wasted based on the world is moving so fast. So when she goes out of university, the artificial intelligence has been super big in the meantime. There is a lot of things happen in the market and the way you market products and services, and this is going so fast these days. So, what is the trends? What is the trends in the market? And this is not anything that we have been uh, figuring out. This is like if you read McKinsey's reports on what is the big trends in the market right now, our company, Zinzino, is fitting straight into a lot of those trends. Like online sales is, like everybody knows, is growing and growing, growing, growing. But you can just go a few years back and people wouldn't put their credit card on internet because they were afraid of being scammed. A few years before that, people didn't even have a credit card. So online sale is going up, home-based business is going up. More and more people wants to create something on the side, or they want the flexibility of working from home. And we do know age, beauty, diet, getting in shape, like gyms all over the place, a lot more than what it used to be. So all those things are trend, and they have been growing and are growing in the years to come. Now, there is one field inside this that we really believe is going to be a global megatrend. And that's something called nutrition with evidence. And what is nutrition with evidence? Well, nutrition is one of the trends growing very, very strongly in many of those categories. But what if there was a test where you could actually see if you needed the product, if you could get approved, if you needed something before you bought it, or you could test to see if it was working on your body after you started to use it. This is something we believe is going to be a global megatrend within a lot of areas. And I'm going to show you very quickly one of the most important areas in this field, because we have done a lot of testing in this field. And what we see is that 97% of all people being tested is failing the test. And now I'm particularly talking about omega-3. Omega-3 is one of it is maybe the most important thing you can do to your body to have the right levels. But this is a huge industry. There is 500 million users of omega-3 in the world today, and it's growing every year. But there is another 2 billion people using nutrition every day. And do they know if what they're doing to their body is good? Do they know if they have enough? Zinzino started 20 years ago in Gothenburg, Sweden. We are a Scandinavian company, and we became a health company in 2012. There was a Norwegian science company called Bioactive Food, and this small science company from Norway were working with St. Olav's Hospital in Norway and an institute in Milan. And what they tried to do was to create the best omega-3 product in the world. And they were working towards athletes, football clubs, sports clubs, and they got support from the EU to do their research and science in the field. Now, when they thought they had built the best omega-3 product in the world, they started to develop the test system, a dry blood spot test done by the hospital in Norway, where you can actually see if you had enough of the omega-3 in your body or not. In 2012, Zinzino, long story short, ended up buying this company. And going from a very small Scandinavian company, we became one of the biggest companies in Scandinavia doing those tests. And then we expand to the German market, to the rest of the EU, and today Germany is our biggest market. Hungary, Czechia, UK, US, all those markets has become very big in our company, and we are open in more than 40 markets, delivering products to more than 100 markets, and we are also listed on the Nasdaq stock exchange, which is something that we are very proud of. So let me take you quickly through our main product, and I'm try to not be boring, but to do it a little quick and fast. But there is one thing we do know, that people today, they want to stay fit and healthy. There is just one problem, and that's even though that's our focus, health-related problem in the world are increasing. And we all know this, like when I was in school back in the 80s, nobody had allergy or had those things that we have today. There is a big change in the society. And there was a guy many years ago, I guess he was Greek, and he said something about medicine and food that was very wise. But if we look at what's happening today in the modern society, we see there is a big change, because just a couple of generations ago, we were eating food from the farmer and from the hunter and from the food we produced ourselves. Today, and as I say, in Norway we have only three big food chains. So everybody is buying food from one of those three, and we are buying and eating the food made in a factory, and very, very different from how it was back in the days. And my father is 88 years old, and my son is 8 years old, and I asked my father once what he was eating for his breakfast when he was 8, which is 80 years ago, and which is very different from what my kid is eating today. And one of the things that have changed dramatically over those generations is the balance of our omega-3 and omega-6. And I'm trying to make this so interesting as possible, but those two fatty acids, omega-6, omega-3, they are both essential, which means that the only way we can get it into our body is through food. And we need it to live. And omega-6, it's inflammatory, which means it's your inflammation in your body goes up when you eat it. And the omega-3 is the opposite, it's anti-inflammatory. So the inflammation in your body go down when you eat it. And we need both, and we need omega-6, because if you cut your finger and you start to bleed, you need that inflammation for your blood to stop to bleed. But what happens if we go like this, and we have a lot of omega-6, way too much omega-6 in our body, and omega-3 level is super low because we don't get enough omega-3 into your body? Well, science says that we should be a maximum of 3 to 1, 3 times omega-6 compared to omega-3. World Health Organization said the same. And we probably, back in the days, we used to be at that level. Now, if you do a test today in the European Union, you will find out that people in general have 15 times more omega-6 in their body than omega-3. And I think the numbers from Greece is even a little bit higher. And if you go to the US, our balance is 25 to 1. And you can say, well, I don't want to be an American when it comes to this. No, but if I'm testing the Norwegian kids or the Norwegian young people, they are actually Americans. They are 25 to 1. And if you test the kids over in America, they are 40 to 1. So this development is going badly in the wrong direction. And what is happening to our body when we are unbalanced on this? Well, it could be the elasticity of your skin. It could be a lot of things, because the cells are not open, they are stiff. And on the cell level, you will not have a normal function of getting too high of the omega-6 and too low on the omega-3. Well, most people know that omega-3 is something you should have enough of, but most people doesn't know where their level are. And this is where you could test and see. And today in our company, we have 3 tests. We have a balance test, a D-vitamin test, and we also have a test for the blood sugar. But let me focus quickly on the balance test. It's done by an institute in Norway, a lab called Vitas. So it's a third-party lab. It's not something that we do. It's completely anonymic. And this lab have partners all over the world, but we are, of course, one of the bigger customers in Vitas. And now we have done more than 1.3 million tests all over the world. And the result is that it doesn't matter where we are doing our tests, people are unbalanced. People doesn't have enough of the omega-3 in their body with the health risk that include. So you can find out where you're at. And now during the next 120 days, you can get into a perfect balance. And how do we do that? Because we could eat a lot of fish, or we could change our diet completely around, or we could try to eat like my father did when he was 8, or we could actually use a supplement that's actually works. What is the magic about this product? Well, I would say it's working 7 to 10 times better than most products in the market. And we proved that with a second test where you can actually see the results after you have used the product compared to your body weight. And this is not just fish oil. This is what Bioactive Food back in the days was doing their research on. They were doing a research on how they could keep the quality in the omega-3 over time, so you could get use of it on your cell level. And what they discovered was that if you mix the high quality omega-3 with the high quality olive oil with a very high level of polyphenols, you protect the fish oil. And I don't need to explain it more to Greek for people in Greece and Cyprus, because you all know about quality olive oil. In Norway, they doesn't. So we need to do an extra explanation, but it's just the combination of high quality fish oil and the high quality olive oil mixed together. And there's been done studies on this, and we have been part of those studies where they compare the balance oil to regular fish oil, and you can see on the test where they put on heat and air and everything on the oil, the quality of the oil is so much higher than most products in the market, and we proved that with a second test. Of course, we have all the certificates needed. And this is also when it comes to the customer group, because what you want to work with, you want to work with something that everybody needs, not just a few people over there in the corner of the world, or a certain age group. But this is a product that my kids have been taking since they were 6 months old. And before that, when they were in mommy's stomach, she took the very important omega-3 oil. My father, 88-year-old, is using the product every day, and I'm so happy. He is so healthy. He's out working every day, and I'm not saying it's just because of the oil, but it's so good to know that he has have those values on the very high level. And everybody in between all age groups should be concerned about having the right level of their omega-3. These claims is what you would see if you go into a pharmacy and you look at a box of omega-3. This is what's saying on the box. It says that you would have a normal blood pressure, you will have a normal skin, you will have a normal bone structure. All that is on the box. And it's true. It's a true claim for omega-3. It's just that when you get your level all the way up where it's supposed to be, those claims become so much more true. So after 120 days taking the product according to your body weight, you will be in a perfect balance, and you take a second test to prove it. Now, we have something called the health protocol, which is our best seller, and I'm not going to go into detail on that. It's just fiber, it's our multivitamin, and a lot of our customers is buying all 3 of the products. A lot of athletes are using our products every day, not because we are big sponsors, but because they see the results of being in balance, and they see their time they are injured, they see the recovering time, they see the benefits of using the products. So 500 million people are using our omega-3 products today, and this is just one field that we could work with. It's growing 8% a year, and those people, they already know the benefits about using omega-3, which makes them the easiest customer to look our way as they see the results of the balance oil and they see the test. So how can you start a business? How can you be a part of the test-based future? Well, I would tell you quickly what I was looking into when I considered starting in Cetsino. One of the things I consider was the fact that I did not want to work with a company younger than 5 years. Why? Because a lot of people, a lot of companies is starting up with a good idea, and less than 5 years later, they are gone. So if I was partnering up with a company and putting my time into it and wanted to work for it with it for years and build my income, I did not want to go into a young company. Number two, I wanted to go into a profitable company that was at least 10 years old. And there's a lot of company being 10 years old, but they're not profitable. So I looked into Zinzino and all the numbers since we are listed, is open, and I saw that the company was making money every year, and that there was a big growth every year. Number three I looked at was the ownership. So if you're going to put your time and effort into something, and it's owned by a big American corporation or a private equity in Dubai, you don't really know what's going to happen the next year, 2 years from now, 5 years from now. And that was a big thing for me when I saw that this company um, was owned by the people in the field. And what does I mean with that? Well, the biggest owner in Zinzino is working in the field as me and you, getting paid commission on building customer bases. And the biggest owners is not sitting in the board, they are not sitting in the headquarters. And in fact, the biggest owners in the company is the people working in the company, working in the field. Even some of the leaders in the headquarters in Gothenburg have stocks. And if you believe in test-based health, it's going to be a global megatrend, you could actually become an owner by buying stocks on the stock market. So the decisions are being made by people in the field, people working in the company, and we know where we are going, and we know that no one can change that. The fourth thing I was looking into was the customer loyalty, because I didn't want to work with something where the customer were coming in and quitting the next day, coming in, trying the product, quitting the next month, because this is very common in our industry. And I was very surprised when I saw the numbers. And today, almost 10 years later, I can tell you most of the customer I tipped off becoming a customer in Zinzino 10 years ago, they are still a customer. 86% of our customers is buying the product in month number 4, and we have a very high level of loyalty among our customer, which means that you actually are building a customer base here. You actually build something for life. You're building something that you could make money on for a very long time. And of course, we are very proud of our numbers. We did 170 million euros last year, and the speed we have right now is to go way over 200 million euros next year. So how can you become a part of Zinzino as a partner? Well, you can do that in many different ways. You can become a partner completely for free. You can buy a few products, start your business. I just want to recommend you what I think is the best deal. And this is something called an Ultimate Partner Kit, which is a kit where you basically get to test most of the product we have in the company. And you get a big discounts, like 60% discount. You get 10 tests in the kit, so you have all the tools you need to start. And now, on top of that, the company pay you back the money you paid to start 12 months later if you just are doing 25 customers over the next 12 months. You register 25 customers in your personal web shop. The product is getting delivered straight from the company to your customer, 25 during a whole year, and the company pay you back the money. I did 25 customers in 3 months, and it's not hard to have 25 customers during a whole year. Now, when you become a partner, the company takes care of most of the common things. We have an amazing a group of employees in Gothenburg, 200 people working with logistics, shipping, marketing, product development, all the things needed for us to grow our business. And our job as partners is being in the field and doing our business development. You will get a back office where everything you need to build your business would be present as your weekly commission, monthly commission. There is a file library there. So it doesn't matter if I'm talking to a doctor or if I'm talking to a business person, all the information I need to give to them would be in the back office. So I never afraid of talking to anyone. And you even get your personal products for free every month as soon as you have your first customers in place. Now, you get paid based on two different levels. You will get paid for your personal customers, which makes sense. And as more customer you have in your web shop, that more you get paid. So when you have 25 personal customers, they pay you 1,800 euros a year on basically a royalty, where you get paid just to keep that customer base. You also get paid to create that customer base. And as more customer you have, that's more commission and royalty you will receive. Now, I have done between 30 and 40 personal customers that I take care of. Now, totally in my team, I have around 190,000 customers. And those customers is a result of building team, is results of also talking to others about the business and help them build their customer base. I started out in Norway. Then someone in Norway knew someone in Poland knew someone on Cyprus, someone in Cyprus knew someone in Greece, and now I have the big honor of working with you guys in Greece as a result of that. And a lot of people in Greece over the last 1.5 years have built themselves a full-time income in Zinzino. And everybody is starting out on the lower steps with no customers and no partners, and then you can take one step at a time. The most popular ranks to get to pretty fast is the diamond and director level, because this is where the company is paying out the most money based on the volume we create. And it's also a level where a lot of people, if they want, could do this full time. And if they don't want, have it as a part-time income, as we have people being Royal Crown and Black Crown doing this as a part-time income. And I took one step at a time, and today I have the rank Black Ambassador. Still trying to move up a rank now and then, but it's up to you how far you want to go and what you would be happy with. But every opportunity is there for you to build yourself a stable residual income. Now, this is a quick example on how it could work. We have something called a 120-day fast start plan. And in those 120 days, you get extra paid. And now in November, we have a huge campaign in the company. It's the biggest month over the whole year, where we actually pay out a lot more commission over November. So the timing is very good. And let me just give you an example, because this is a 120-day plan. But if you could do it faster, if you could do it in 30 days, you will make 2,900 euros. And if you could do it in 7 days, which some crazy people actually do, you could make all the way up to 4,000 euros. Now, over 120 days, we need to start ourselves, of course, and then we need to get 4 personal customers. It doesn't need to be 4 people, it could be 4 products, but you need 4 products. Then we're going to talk to about the business to 2 people with help from our team. So not alone. And we're going to start 2 people, and we're going to help those 2 people get 4 customers as well. And we're going to help those 2 people get 2 partners also. Then at the end of the 120 days, we're going to expand our personal customer base to 10 customers. So To repeat, we need to get 4 customers and 2 partners. We need to help those 2 partners get 4 customers and 2 partners, and then we need to get 10 customers in total. If we can do that in 120 days, we have made 2,500 euros. If we could do it faster, you will make more. But this is just the start. This is the start where you would know some more people, they would know some more people, and together with you and the team in your team, but also the people helping you, you can expand your business. And you will make money every time a customer buys their product again and again and again, on your personal customer, but also on the customer base you are creating together with your team. I can't give you all the details, and all the details you will get from the person inviting you into the meeting. I'm just giving you an example on how you can start and actually have a really good income in a very short time. So what we do in Zinzino is something I consider very important. When I started with Zinzino myself, my wife had this problem where she had pain in her legs every evening, almost every evening. She was lying on the sofa with her legs high, and she had pain, and this was something that had been going on for years. After using the balance oil for just 3 months, the pain went away and it never came back. Over the years, I've seen hundreds of stories like that. People getting their health back, people get results when the inflammation in their body goes down and they stabilize the balance and they get enough omega-3 in their body. There is so many things happening. So why should you start? Well, you get part of a very ambitious community. You get the opportunity to, in this big trend, build yourself a stable residual income, travel, do the things that you want to do and dream of in your life. Timing-wise, today in Zinzino, we have around 500,000 customers. We are going to go to 1 million customers just by the end of next year. But then over the next 10 years, we are going to grow to 20 million customers. If you believe that test-based health is something that could grow really big, if you believe that this could be a global mega trend, well, the timing for joining Zinzino and build your business is very, very good. I'm super excited about what we're going to do in the future. And I hope, based on this information, you understood a little bit more about what we are doing. And I'm wishing you very good luck with your decision, but I hope you take contact with the person inviting you into the meeting, ask a lot of questions, get your answer on whatever you need to know before you can make a decision. And then I hope I see you next time I'm in Greece, and good luck into the future and with your decision. Thank you.